My son Anthony was born on October 6, 1979, and my life changed forever. It was love at first sight. Early on, it was obvious that Anthony was smart, shy, and big for his age. He was full of spirit, and it was that spirit that occasionally got him in a little bit of trouble. He was athletic and great at every sport he tried, and when he was 9, he decided that he was ready for football. He was instantly hooked, and he was great from day one. He had the athletic ability of a skilled player and eventually grew into the size of a lineman. He could play anywhere on the field, and he was also coming to his own off the field as he excelled in the classroom as an honor student. He also earned his Eagle Scout before he turned 16. Football for Anthony was a huge blessing as it allowed him to come out of his shell and show himself as a quiet leader on and off the field. It was Anthony's well-rounded talent that gave him the opportunity to fulfill a dream and play Division I football for the Kansas State Wildcats. Anthony was on top of the world, but his seemingly perfect dream and health was an illusion. On Monday, July 31st, 2000, I received the call no parent ever wants to receive. I got the devastating news that Anthony had died from a heart disease that causes thickening of his heart muscle, HCM, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Anthony had no less than 25 pre-participation sports physicals, but this silent killer had never been detected because heart examinations were not required as part of a standard physical. As I learned more about HCM and met other parents who had suffered similar heartache, I realized that something needed to be done to prevent these tragedies. Like Anthony, these are the faces of children and young adults who died from sudden cardiac arrest. Each has a unique story, but what these families share is the need to honor their child by preventing other families from suffering the same heartbreak. In order to carry on my son's legacy, I created the Anthony Bates Foundation with the goal of saving young lives. We do this by hosting free heart screening events across the U.S., sparing thousands of parents the anguish and grief I still feel today. Today, more parents in communities across the U.S. understand the importance of providing preventive heart screening tests and partnering with ABF to protect their children.
The Anthony Bates Foundation does an incredible job of partnering with communities to provide this essential screening process. HCM is a leading killer of young athletes in the United States, and if we can just detect it, we can determine a course of action and treatment that can prevent a needless tragedy.
Since 2001, we have partnered with the Anthony Bates Foundation to provide cardiac screenings at Kansas State University. Don't underestimate the importance of protecting a young life from sudden cardiac arrest.
Students and their families are often surprised at how quick, easy, painless, and inexpensive the screening process is to them. It takes minutes to check a child's heart for life-threatening heart disease. Each participant is given a blood pressure reading, an EKG, and an echocardiogram. Our volunteer cardiologists review the results of the screening tests, and results are shared immediately with the participants and family. Participants can get hands-on training at the CPR AED Learning Circle. Upon completion of the screening, the confidential results are entered into our database for research purposes. In just moments, we give families the peace of mind of knowing their child's heart is healthy for the activities they participate in their young life. We have put on heart screening events across the country and saved countless lives, but we have much more to do. It is our goal to screen 1 million young hearts by 2020. We currently have 30 active teams trained by ABF across the country screening youth in their own communities. It is also our goal to place more AEDs in schools and train hundreds of young people in CPR AED certification. All this done through the tireless tenacity of ABF. For more than a decade, I have been overwhelmed by the amazing support from so many wonderful people and organizations that have joined our cause. I have met some incredible people and have shared many tears of joy and heartache along the way. We rely on generous grants and financial donations, big and small, along with amazing support from our volunteers to make our events possible. No parent should ever have to suffer through the loss of their child. Please help me and my mission to save young children from the impact of heart disease by making a donation today. You can go to anthonybates.org to learn more about the Foundation's life-saving work. Give a gift, save a life, and build a legacy.